Hi there, this is Chuck with Pocket Snakes. I was going to show you real quick. This is a 3 foot piece of paracord. This is a 1/2 inch piece of PVC pipe. I've wet molded some 8 ounce leather into a ring for the mandrel for tying a turk's head knot. And this is a rawhide clip, so it's also been wet molded to form to this tube. I got tired of dealing with rubber bands, so I made a little rawhide clip that I can put the string through and slide onto the mandrel. And you can do the same with leather lace, but as you can see, it grabs pretty good. So we have the split here. I'm going to show you how to expand turk's head knots. So we're going to come up and we're going to try and keep this about 45 degrees and around, and this helps it stay in a relative position. And so there's the first pass. We go up, around, and down. We turn it 90 degrees. We come up at 45, over, and then we go underneath. We come so we went under, we're going over, and we're back to the beginning. And so this is, you now have a two bite turk's head. So you have 1 bite, 2 bites. Now to expand that, you could bring it over, and you notice we're in the same place, and we could go under, over, and you just keep doing it, build it up if you want to have multiple passes of a 2 bites turk's head. But to expand it, this one is the starting point. It went under, so we're going to go under. We're going to come up at 45 degrees under. And we're going to go over this one. And then we're going to go over the second one. So there's an X here. We're going over both. And then we're going to follow what this lead does. We're going to switch from, we were following what this lead was doing. When we come over the 2, we're going to follow what this lead is doing. So we go over 2. This one went under, so we're going under. And then we need to go over this one, and we went over 2 on this side at the top because we came out of the knot, and where we come out of the knot on this side, and we're following this lead, we're going to go over 2, and you'll notice that these 2 traces are doing the same thing. Both went under and both went over, and so we're going to cross these and we're going to go under here. And then we're going to go over because we went under. We're going to go over, and we're splitting the middle there. So we come over that. We're going to under that. We're going over this, and we're going to go under this one up top. And you see how these 2 traces, much like we split the 2 going this way, we're going to do just the opposite of what those 2 did, and we're going to do just the opposite of what these 2 did, back the other way. So we went under that one because these two went under, so we're going to go over this one, and then slide this back where it belongs. These 2 both go over, so we're going to go under. have, when you come back underneath, you're in the same position. And if you maneuver this, you will find you have a 4 bights, 4 bight turk's head. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4. And so if you want to go from a 4 to a 6, these two want to leave extra room because you're going to keep expanding. You follow this left lead that direction. So that one went over, so we're going over. This one went under, so we're going under. Then you come out of the knot, and then you're going to follow this lead on the way back. So that one went under, so we're going under. And it ends up going over the 2 at the top, just like we did before. We're following this one on the way back, so we went over, so we're going to go over. It goes under, so you go under. And see how they're together, and see how these are together. So we're going to come out of the knot on this end, and we're going to give ourselves some space. And you can rotate your rubber band or your whatever. And again, you'll see, because we're going to follow in between these two go over, so we're going to go under. And down here it ends up going over too, because we came out of the knot. And it's the good way to think about it is out of the knot. So you want to leave it loose, because as you work it will get tighter. So we went under because those two went over. These two go under, so we're going to go over. And these two go over, so we're going to go under. And then up here at the top, we need to go over that, but then we need to get under this. So we're going to go over this one, under that one. And you see these two are doing the same thing. These two are both going under. And so we're going to go over, and these two are both going over, so we're going to go under. And then squish this down a little bit. These two go under, so we're going to go over that one. These two go over, and so we're going to go under this one. And we are back to the beginning. Now, if you pretty this knot up a little bit, you'll see this is now got, you just bump these around a little bit, you'll see that you've got one, let's start with where this one comes up. So you have 1 bight, 2 bight, 3 bight, 4 bight, 5 bight, 6 bight. And so there's a 6 bight turk's head. And if you want to slightly dress this and roll so that we're on the right side of this piece of paracord so it stays flat, you can go through and dress this knot. And this is a 6 bight turk's head. So to dress this knot, you get a fid or another needle or whatever you want to use. There's a couple interesting things you can think about. Okay, so if you want these two leads to end up in the same spot, what you can do is you can take the clip loose. So back this out, right? And pull this up, and underneath here you can penetrate all the way through this piece of paracord. Or you can penetrate through the lead and go down, like so. And that will keep it in alignment when you dress the knot all the way up. Because what we're going to do is we're going to just go underneath the rest of this and out the top. We're going to start dressing the knot real quick. So I'm going to take this needle off. Pull it back down. And I'm only going to mildly dress this knot. So I'm not going to really crank on it. Set my needle down. So I'm going to grab this initial strand out the top. Pull it up so that where it penetrates, it's underneath this piece. We're going to come over here. We're going to grab this and pull down that loop. We're just going to snug it up. Now I'm not making this super tight because I'm going to show you a couple other things. We're just snugging it, not making it, not seating it hard. We're just going to lightly dress it through the knot. And I've got a little twist in here, so I'm going to twist it to where I want it. Try to, and pin it, and let me grab here. And just snug it. And I find this whole thing kind of soothing, just dressing the knot. And you should take your time and just work it through. You really don't want this too tight. Now, the nice advantage of using this mandrel versus a different way of doing a mandrel is that you can actually pull this whole knot off and not lose it and not lose its tension. So that's why I built this mandrel the way I did. So this one has a bit of a twist in it. Give it a half twist to where it needs to be. Oops. Okay. So and we're back where we started and it penetrates here. So we're going to hold on to the tail, roll it over. We're going to pull this on through. And then we're just going to snug it up. Now you just want to make all these little diamonds roughly where you want them, because we're going to add another pass. Now, if you wanted to add another pass alongside, all you would do is pin it and come alongside. But I'm going to show you how to pineapple this, which is a different way of doing an expansion. So one nice thing is you can pull this out and you can pull this tail down through and put it back. And now what's up here and what's down there are, you have one where it starts and where it finishes is one thing. So that you can't tell where the knot starts and where it ends. And that makes it a little prettier when you're done. So I'm going to show you how to pineapple this. So I'm going to grab, now that was on this 1 inch wide, 1.1 inch buildup by an inch high. I did that with 3 foot of paracord. So there's about 3 foot of the second color. Just a little bit easier with one of these little needles. So I'm going to come up like so. Now you don't really need to clip the second one because it's already sort of pinned. So we're following where we started on this side. So we're on the right side of the strand going up, up. And we're going under. That went over this one, so we're going to go over it. And we're going to come up. And we're not going to leave the knot here. We're going to come up. So you can see we've followed that one successfully. We're on the outside. But we're not going to go, even though this strand goes over, that would be coming out of the knot. But we're going to pineapple it. So pineappling this knot means you're going to go, we went under this one, and we're going to follow this, we're going to go under this one and follow the inside, so there's a little loop underneath. And we're going to leave it up a little bit so that there's, you can see now we were following this one, now we're going to follow this one. But this never left the knot. Go under here. We're going to go over this one, under this one, because we're following. Now, if we keep following it, we'd be leaving the knot. So right here, we're going to go underneath this one and follow this strand up. So I'm just going to leave a little bubble. See, I left a bubble here, I'm leaving a bubble here. And we're going that way, so we're going to be following the left strand up. So follow it underneath, over, underneath. And I still want to leave my bubble down here. I like having a bubble. Makes it a little bit easier when you're tying this. So it's a pineapple rules, so we're not going to come out of the knot. We're going to go under this one. And this time, do you see there's 2? We're going to go under 2 because we're splitting this pair. So go under 2 here. And leave a bubble. You can always dress the knot later, but it's really hard to add room. We're following this because we're going down the knot, so we're following the right side one. So that goes over, we go over, and it goes under. This one went over, so we're going over. This one went under, so we're going under. Are we leaving the knot? No, we're not leaving the knot, because we would be leaving the knot, but we're going to pineapple, so we're going to go under this one, and we're going to split this pair. So we're going under 2, splitting a pair. And we're going to leave a little bubble. We're going that way on the knot, so we're going over. We're following this one, so we're going over that one, under that one. We're following this side of this lead, so we're going over it and under it. And we went under that one, and we don't want to leave the knot, so we're going to follow this one on the way back down, so we're going under. And we're going to split this pair, so we're under 2. Leave a bubble. And we're following, because we're going this way on the knot, we're following this lead. We're going to go over one. Well, there's a pair here, so we're going to go over 2 and under. Just like this one goes under this strand, we have to make sure we're going under as well. But that's over 2, under 1. But you don't want to memorize it, you just want to remember to split the pairs. So we went under 2, over 2, under 1. This one goes over, then it goes under. So we're going to go under. And we're not going to leave the knot, we're going to follow this one because we're going back up. So we're going under this one, splitting a pair. Over that one, splitting a pair. This one goes under this one, so we're going to go under this one, goes over, so we're going over. And the rules are super simple. You don't have to think too hard. Goes under here. And then going under that one, we don't want to leave the knot, so we got to turn around. We're going to follow this one on the way back down, but we need to remember we have to split a pair, so because there's a pair here. So we're going under 2, and leave yourself a bubble. This one went over this one, it goes, so we're going to go over that one, and we're going to split this pair, which means we're going over 2. We're going to separate them, go under, because it went under this strand. We're going to split the pair and come back, out, over, under, so we're following over, under. We're not leaving the knot, so we have to turn around and go back the other direction. We're going to follow this lead. So under 2, because we're splitting a pair. This one, we're going to split the pair under 2, over 2, under 2, over 2. We're going to go over this one under and out. And we're not going to leave because we're pineappling, so we're going to go back into the knot. We're going to follow this lead. We're going to split this pair. Splitting a pair. Splitting a pair. Up on this end.